Why is it that our Zambian families, they are so isolated? Yesterday it was a wonderful day. It was also a sad day for me because of the experience that I had to experience. So guys, this video we are going to talk about why our families, they are so isolated. I'm going to explain the situation, why it made me so unhappy, and what are we supposed to do as Zambians. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Timothy. So I'm having maize cobs here. This is the roasted one and it's very sweet, so good and so perfect. Yesterday, like I said, it was one of the sad day for me. You know where I do business? Where I do business, there is a big house, and that house is for my mother and my father. So I do the business the other side. That's where I built some shop. It's a shop which is under my family properties. And in this big house, the main house, there is a tenant. And this tenant, I didn't know that this tenant is my brother. I didn't know that this tenant is my brother. And that's why I'm saying that, why is our family so isolated? My mother, she doesn't visit where I'm working from, or she doesn't come to see the tenant who is living there, because there are 3 tenants there. She doesn't come there. She only get money from, if it's not from me or from my sister. Those tenants, they come to me, they give me the money so that I pass the money to my mother. So the other day, she just came to check on the property. She just came to look around to see what is missing and what she should do. You know, this is January, so there is a lot of landfall here in Zambia. So she was looking for something to clean there, you see, at the surrounding. And then upon coming to the premises there, she met this tenant of mine who is my brother. And she was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And my brother said that, "I'm your tenant. I stay here, or I live here." "Don't you know that this is my house?" And he was like, "Mom, I don't know anything about this. I didn't know that you are the one who owns this." You know, a shocking situation, right? My mother was like, "What a mess." And then my brother said, "We don't know each other." And he was like, "Even the guy who is found there, I don't know him. Even the person who stays there, I don't know her." Meaning me and my sister. My mom was so shocked, and him was so shocked, and he was bitter. And my mother was so bitter too, because it was a situation whereby it wasn't good. You know, you're living under a roof which is your mother's roof, and then you don't know that this is your mother's property. My mother came to my house on Sunday morning, Sunday evening. She came to say hi after coming back from her premises. So she came home and she was like, "Timothy, do you know what really happened? Do you know that that person who stays there at where you do your business, that is your brother?" I was like, "Hell no. Why didn't you tell me?" And she was like, "This is when I've just noticed." And I was like, "How?" She was like, "You know my sister, and that's his child. So that one is your brother." I was like, "So we live under one roof, or we under one premise without knowing each other?" She was like, I was so bitter such that I didn't know. And I was like, "You see, these are problems that comes in families if you don't know each other. You are too isolated, and you've never showed us to say, this is your brother, this is your auntie, this is your who. We just know ourselves. The way we were born, that's the way we know each other. The way we are here, that's the way we know each other. That's what I told her. I remember before my grandpa passed away, my grandpa was so good, I'm telling you. She would come and tell us to go somewhere. She would take you to your auntie, she would take you to your father's brother, meaning your father. He would take you different places. Same as to my grandma. That's what she used to do. She would take you this, she would take you there, she would take you there, and she would explain, this is your brother, this is this person. Now, since these two, they left the world, we've not known ourselves. We don't know who is our family. We don't know who is our brother. The way we live, that's the way we live. We only meet at funerals. Whenever they are funerals at our places, that's when we come together. Zambian families, we don't know each other. That's why you find that things are so difficult for us. Like to my father's side, my father's side, they say he is the poorest man. He's the poorest man. Yes, indeed, he is the poorest man. He's got few properties. I don't know how many houses. 3 to 4 houses. But they call him a poorest person. I remember at the time we went to the funeral, his brother, or my father, my father's brother died. We went to the funeral there. You know, he will come to you, you say, Timothy, come, let me show you your father, let me show you your auntie, let me show you. And then the people he was pointing, they're big people, I'm telling you, with Land Cruisers, with Hiluxes. And I was like, this is a rich family. Why are we isolated? Even him, I told him the same thing. But yesterday's situation is what caught my attention. Yesterday's situation is what caught my attention. And I was like, you don't show us. And that's why you find that your children, they'll go and marry some other people's children. Let me say, your brother's children. Why? Because we don't know ourselves. We don't know who is our sister. We don't know who is our auntie. We don't know who is this. We just know how we live here. We've forgotten about our culture. We've forgotten about everything. We don't know ourselves. Zambians, we don't know ourselves. Why are we isolated? We need to come back together. We need to talk. We need to learn a lot of things together as a family. You know, this time there is no such thing whereby you are under a fire or under a hut where you are telling stories. We don't know that this time. We don't know that. All we know is just pressing our phones. Whenever we are in the sitting room, everyone with his own life. He's on Facebook, he's on WhatsApp, he's on YouTube, he's on this, he's on this. We don't even chat. We don't even feel affections. We don't share that love. Even if we are at home, that's how our relationship have been broken. We don't know ourselves. We don't know who we are. We don't know our culture. We are so isolated as Zambians. Let's learn to bring our families back together. Let's learn to do that. I was shocked, guys. I was shocked. And I'm still shocked. You know, the person who is not used to greet you now is pushing himself, or I'm pushing myself to greet that person, to say, hello, hi, morning. Because you are forced, he is your relative, you are forced to do that. This is a bad situation, I'm telling you. Bad situation. Anyway, guys, I'm out.